What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we are back with another Marvel Snap video. And today I wanted to discuss something that is constantly on my mind. I actually just made a community post about this, but I wanted to discuss some of the content being created in the Marvel Snap community, and it's about reaching infinite and some shady stuff going on that I think is really important for all of you viewers to think about, to hear, to take into consideration, because it's pretty important if you don't want to waste a lot of money on this game, or even time, or even your sanity, all right? So this is gonna be a little bit different of video. But anyways, before we get started, if you're new here, hi, I'm Chris, AKA Bootman. Make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell, because if you love Marvel Snap as much as I do, you don't wanna miss any upcoming content. I do a lot of deck breakdowns and how to reach infinite. As you can see, I am infinite rank and stuff like that. And we are trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So Christmas is about a week away, so that would be an amazing Christmas present to me, so make sure you subscribe, all right? And I try to do videos like this to help all of you out there too who, want to reach infinite, all right? So let's dive into this. So this, like I said, this is something that is constantly on my mind. And a little bit of my background. This is my second YouTube channel. I do a lot of writing. I have a podcast where I interview a bunch of nonfiction authors who are like researchers. A lot of them are, scientists and people who do debunking and like debunking conspiracy theories and pseudoscience and stuff. Like, one of my main things is I do not like people being manipulated, lied to, scammed, things like that. And how much is going on in the Marvel Snap community? I don't want to say, it is nefarious, because it's like, how seriously can you take this game? But like, I've been a gamer my whole life. I'm very competitive. Marvel Snap, you can spend money. So I do think this is a serious topic. So I wanted to kind of blend both worlds and discuss some of the stuff I see going on, and then some tips as to how to be skeptical and keep an eye out if something like this is happening. So what's going on is, and it's something that I noticed when I first started playing Marvel Snap, is there are so many videos out there, right? And it's like, this deck will get you to infinite, best deck to get you to infinite, so many different things. And even just like kind of paying attention, you're like, okay, wait, you are not rank infinite, or even worse, you don't even see their ranking, all right? And this is where we have to be very skeptical. So I think it's important to discuss, like, why is this a big deal, all right? So right now, like, they just released a developer map update, which a bunch of other creators have made videos about. I was considering it, but I'm like, what more do I have to add to this? I'm very excited though. I love that they're introducing new modes. I'm loving that we're gonna be finally able to play against other people, right? So there can be tournaments, you can play with friends, all sorts of stuff. Like, I cannot wait for tournaments. I love competitive gaming. That is my jam, all right? But anyways, right now, all we have is ranked. They're planning on an unranked mode, but right now, all we have is ranked, okay? And with the ranking system, I know a lot of us get stressed, all right? We get stressed when we can't rank. We get stressed when we lose ranks. In one of the videos I just made on how to reach infinite, right, with different tips, one of them was how to push through those. But anyways, that's one of the reasons I don't like these videos about how to reach infinite, because if they're not real, if that person is not rank infinite, like, you might be wasting a lot of time as well as just a lot of stress coming your way, all right? The next one is when you are telling someone that this deck, this strategy, right, is gonna help you reach infinite. If people do that, if people make these decks and then they're losing constantly, they're dropping ranks, they're not reaching infinite, right? A lot of people internalize that. A lot of people start thinking, okay, well, this is a video with tens of thousands of views. It says it helps people reach infinite. I'm not reaching infinite, therefore I must be bad at this game, all right? And this is one of the issues, like, if you look in like the self-help world, or just really like the neoliberal type stuff of like individualism and like, you could do this. If you work hard enough, you could do this, right? Because then all of the blame goes on the person. Well, if you're given the bad tools, is it really your fault? But if you're gaslit into believing that these tools should work, if you were only doing them correctly, you're gonna start beating yourself up. So that's the other reason I don't like just a flood of videos saying this deck will help you reach infinite, okay? The last one, and depending on your personal situation, I think might be the most important, and it's that this whole token shop thing, right? Because if you're told this deck will help you reach infinite and it's a garbage deck, right? And you just need 1 or 2 cards from that. Tokens are very, very hard to come by. And you can obviously buy cards with tokens. So if you save up tokens for weeks, some of these cards are gonna take months to save up for, and you're like, this deck will help me reach infinite. I just need that 1 card. And then you blow your tokens on that card and it's not a good deck. Like, think about that for a second. That's a waste of time. That's kind of a waste of money, especially if you got like the Cyber Holiday bundle where you can pay money, get some tokens, and spend them. You know what I mean? So I really, really don't like that. Now, a lot of creators are very good at saying like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you what to spend your tokens on. I try to do that. The only card I will just like stand by saying like, hey, I think it's a good use of tokens is She-Hulk. I think that's the one card, okay? But other than that, I tell people like, pool 3 decks, like if you need pool 3 cards, find ones that'll help you build out like certain types of meta decks, like whatever it may be. Whatever you wanna have fun with and build, that you won't regret, all right? But even though creators aren't saying that, they kind of are, right? When they're just pushing and constantly screaming in your face, this is the best deck, this will help you reach infinite, all this other stuff, like they're heavily implying that you need these cards if you want to step up your game. All right, so ultimately, again, it goes back to the viewer, right? We could put all the blame on you. Oh, well, I didn't tell you to get that card. I know I was screaming in your face telling you that this deck will make you reach infinite, right? But I didn't tell you to get that card. Like, I don't like that. I am not a fan. So let's discuss the motivation behind it. Why do creators do this? Well, the main reason is it gets clicks. Like one of my top viewed videos that I just released this week was 5 tips to reach infinite fast, right? And all creators, we have to clickbait a little. We got to make it exciting. We got to make you want to, click into it. But I try to personally make sure there's not any deception. So that video that I named, 5 tips to reach infinite fast, 2 seasons in a row, the deck that I'm using has helped me reach infinite within a week. The first time it was from rank 45 up to infinite within a week. Second time I was at I dropped, obviously down to 70, got back up to like 80 something, right? And I was like fluctuating, and it helped me get it within a few days. So that video was very loud and in your face to get you to click on it, but obviously it was true because I am infinite and I did do it within that duration of time. But creators are creating these because it's gonna bring you in. And what blows my mind is that these are created like within a day or 2 of the new season starting. I was like, how are people, doing this? But the other thing that I forgot to add into my notes here is always remember, like, a lot of creators are just showing you the wins. And I've tried to be very transparent about that, when I'm gonna edit, what I'm gonna leave out. But for the most part, when I go through decks and games, I try to show you even the losses to show you what can go wrong with certain decks, right? Because if you're just showing your wins in the most ideal situations where you get all of the best locations that suit your deck, all of the right draws, you know what I mean? Because a lot of decks, to be honest, that I've seen people say that can reach infinite, they're very one-track decks. They don't have a lot of backup plans. It's like you need Wong, and then you need this card and this card to make everything go through, right? Or it's a death deck and you need a certain amount of destroys, right? But things can happen, especially with a bunch of people using armor. So, the other reason creators might be doing this too, obviously, like, YouTube can make you money, even just off ads. Even if, we creators aren't selling you anything, we can make money off of it. So I think that's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with YouTubers making money. Like, I've had YouTube and other content that I make, help my income. Like, I work full time, you know what I'm saying? But if you're doing that in a shady or deceptive way, I'm not a fan, all right? So again, I am discussing this for all of you out there. So I wanted to just kind of wrap up this video with some tips. Again, like I said, I create a lot of content, like, YouTube videos, a podcast. I also do a lot of writing. I have a Substack, I review books, all sorts of stuff. And I try to help people think more critically, how to be skeptical, so they don't fall for, not just like conspiracy theories and pseudoscience, but just like everyday stuff like this. Something I've always taught people is it's best to start with the small things, right? I actually spent this morning, and maybe this is why this topic's on my mind, I actually spent this morning watching a bunch of CoffeeZilla videos. I haven't really watched him since he switched from his old channel Coffee Break, but he covers a lot of different scams involving crypto and MLMs and like fake gurus and stuff like that. But yeah, like I think it's important that people have the tools to kind of spot things and just have some red flags, all right? So just the number one tip I have, like whatever it is, even with my videos, be skeptical. Always be skeptical. Whatever you're looking at, be skeptical. And I'm not saying don't trust anybody, right? Like we're humans, we need relationships to thrive, we need certain amounts of trust. But whenever you're walking into something where anybody's making any kind of claim or big promise, right? Have just a little ounce of skepticism, all right? Like that is just tip number one, biggest tip. Now, specifically when it comes to Marvel Snap content and content that can help you reach infinite. Like you don't even know, like I am kind of a crazy person in that way. When people make claims, I dive in, right? I am doing research, I am fact checking. So the first one is, when people are claiming that a deck will help you reach infinite, like see if they're infinite, okay? Like, do you know how many videos I see where someone is like, hey, this deck will help you reach infinite. And then I watch like some of their gameplay, I'm like you're rank 50, like you're rank 60. And that's not like a knock at anybody who's lower rank. Like we all gotta work our way up. Like it's hard, this game is a grind, right? But to say you're infinite or this deck will help you reach infinite while the person is not infinite, it's like, where is your grounds to make this sort of claim? Like imagine if I came to you and said, here is a surefire way to make $1 million. And I have never made $1 million. You know what I mean? So some of my background is actually like in content and social media marketing and stuff, like during my day job. And I constantly come across this. I constantly come across people, especially like social media marketers, who are like, oh, this is guaranteed to get you like 50,000 followers or 50,000 subscribers. And you look at them and they have like less than 1,000. And it's like, well, if this worked, why wouldn't you be doing it? Why isn't it working for you, right? Like that should be an instant red flag for you, all right? So the first thing to look for is see if somebody's saying that something will help you get to infinite, see if they are infinite. But here's the shadier one, okay? The next thing to be skeptical of is if somebody's telling you that a deck will help you get to infinite and they never show you their rank. Like that messes me up. That's when I'm like, okay, maybe this is a little bit nefarious. And I'm telling you, there are certain creators, and obviously I'm not naming any names in this video, but there's certain creators where like I have checked, I have looked through their YouTube videos to see if they have a stream. I have looked on Twitch to see if they have any streams like posted where I can see their rankings. And no matter where you go, you cannot see their ranks. Like that should just be alarm bells going off everywhere. Like if you even try to investigate and see if you can see this person's rank, like have red flags, okay? Like the person shouldn't just be able to put this rank that you see on the screen like in the thumbnail and that's their evidence, right? Like anybody can take a screenshot from anywhere, Photoshop it in, you know what I'm saying? So if you cannot find or see prominently where this person is ranked, like run away, okay? But again, like I said, like my whole thing is I don't like when people are being like manipulated into believing something and you know, the self-blame that comes along with it. But yeah, I have more videos coming out where I'll be testing different decks and everything. I like doing that. I like, you know, because that's what I do. When I not only create content, I consume a lot of this content. So I test out little different decks and try them out and stuff. And I want to do that for you. So yeah, I probably make, you know, one of those videos today. They're pretty simple to make. Whip together one of the decks that someone suggests, see how it works, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you've noticed this, what your thoughts are on this. Like, am I just being like overly critical? You know what I mean? Like, is it not a big deal? Am I not expecting enough out of you viewers where you see someone make a claim that it can help you reach infinite and you know, you're like, well, yeah, Chris, I know they're not infinite. You know what I mean? Like, am I missing something? Let me know down in the comments. All right, but I will be making some more videos, testing out different decks. And now that I am infinite, I did a stream last night. Thanks for everybody who came and checked it out. But I really, really want to, and I haven't had the time to sit down and do it. I want to start doing some deck creation and playing around with different cards, because once you're infinite, you can't drop below it, you know? But once they come out with the leaderboards for infinite rank, I'll be taking this a lot more seriously. All right, but anyways, I hope this video helped out, especially if you're new to the Marvel Snap community. Just keep an eye out for this stuff. I personally am not a fan. You know, if you don't mind, cool. But if you're like me, I just don't like shady stuff going on, all right? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, subscribe. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're almost at like 1,500, I think. So that's not a big ask. That's not a big ask. Nice little Christmas present for your boy Chris. And, you know, I'll keep providing you with content like this. All right? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.